That's it. Just rip into Ben, don't worry. He doesn't mind. But yes, I have sported the arm sleeve before, and the sunglasses and the socks and all the work. So I'm definitely one to comment on the fashion do's and don'ts. I've done plenty of do's and don'ts in my time. But as we see there in the circle, Matt Denny, the hammer.
Oh, ripping one out there.
Oh, yeah, that looks like, it's hard to tell from here. Maybe around that 65 metre mark, 65 metre mark. So, no, the red flag goes up, so obviously he wasn't too happy with that one.
There's your start list for the men's hammer throw. Ivan Henriksen from Norway, currently just in New South Wales. Costa Kusparis, Nick Hales, Matt Denny, Ned Weatherly, Hugh Peacock, Robert Johnston, Nathan Wilkins, Jack Dalton, William Brown, and on the other side of the page, Todd Bates and Tim Hayes. Now, got a lot of talent here. Ned Weatherly, bronze medalist from the recent World Under-20 Championships. Nate Wilkins also went there. Jack Dalton's previously bent there as well. And we do have the first round results. It looks like we're a Norwegian competitor, DNS for him. Matt Denny, 73.37. That's actually a World University Games qualifier for the big man. World Champs qualifier is actually 76, so
not far off.
He's not far off. And we do see him as more of a discus man, but he does do both. Yeah, a big PB.
We were talking to him earlier in the week, and he said he was...
during Hammers Are Us, that big conversation?
Yeah, definitely. So, obviously, he's in great shape to come out here and throw a 3-metre PB. So, I thought he may nudge this World Champs qualifier. So, let's hope he can get another one out there, another 3-metre PB, get himself that qualifier. We would definitely love that. And I think we can get him up here and he can talk us through
hammer for ages.
Oh, he would.
Hugh Peacock out there, the younger brother of Hamish Peacock.
Yep, Hamish has already got his World Champs qualifier. Maybe Hugh can actually get out there and get himself a qualifier.
That's Hugh out there at the moment. Competed at 2014 Commonwealth Games in Glasgow in the hammer throw. Now, just in front of us, this is the under-14 girls long jump. Currently leading that, we do have Nikisha Brimble just out there at the moment. So Nikisha Brimble, 5:01, the biggest jump, and that looks like athlete 267. And that's Caitlin. No, it's not Caitlin Taylor. Caitlin Taylor's from Queensland. Currently in second place, 493 for her. Needing to nudge out into that 5-metre area for the medal placings. And over the back straight now, this is the under-16s long jump, and that's Tamisha Clark currently leading the way, 5:83. That was after round one. And it looks like the athlete from Victoria, Zoe Cunningham, with a 5:44. In second place, Sophie White from WA, a 5:42. Now, Tamsin is out there at the hammer for an update.
I am. I think I'm in the noisiest part of the track at the moment. I'm out here with the hammer throwing boys, and let's just say when they let go of that hammer, it's pretty noisy. So hopefully we'll hear some grunting in the background. But I've just been given a little fact from Matt Denny, who thrown a 3-metre personal best in that first round, as you guys were talking about. So he's pretty stoked. He just basically said to me he doesn't know how, but pretty sure it's through hard training, Matt. You're looking fantastic. He told me that the weight of the hammer is 7.26 kilograms, which is very random, but apparently it's because back in the old days it was measured in pounds and it was 16 pounds. And so when they did the conversion, it worked out as 7.26 kilograms. So I'm learning about hammer over here, guys.
I have had Matt Denny come to our office at Queensland Athletics with a brand new hammer, and for some reason it comes in overweight. the hammer was heavier than it is.
Because there's only an allowance. It's actually 0.25 grams, that I think it is. 0.25 grams.
Then they measure them. They do go to the grams, so they go to the 1,000. So it needs to be 7.260 something within a certain range. So he actually unscrewed the handle, unscrewed the cord, and was actually drilling bits of plastic and metal out of the middle of the hammer. You see Jack Dalton there into the circle. Former world junior representative. Very big throw there. Would have been around that 69 to 70 metre mark. Obviously trying to get over that 70.
Yeah, I'm trying to go back and think of my a couple of tech lessons I've had from our master pool officials, and I've been taken through the process of actually weighing some of these implements, the javelins and the shot puts and all that sort of stuff, and it's actually quite a technical thing. Measuring, it's not a simple thing with a javelin where you come in, put it on the scales, okay, you're all good to go. They actually have to measure different parts of it, make sure the centre of gravity is all right, the grip is legal. So it's definitely a bit of a full-on process that they have to go through.
Yeah, certainly. It's probably one of the most physically demanding power events on the body. Just what Denny was saying. When you get to those final turns, it's almost 300 to 400 kilos going through the arms.
Yeah, just as we watched there with the hammer hit the ground. Now, these hammers move at a rate of knots. I tell you what, they are flying through the air. So, obviously, these officials always have to be aware and alert at where the hammers are going, because if they stand in the wrong position or misjudge where these hammers are, there's no chance of getting out of the way.
No, it certainly isn't. It's always why there's a bit of a risk. You will see there's a light netting behind behind the curve, just on the back straight there. So it's always good to not have any circular events going while the hammer throw is in progress, just in case anyone does let one rip and it lands on the back straight. But it's probably why we'll have the 100-metre heats up very soon.
Exactly, and as you see there, one of the officials is just tying down one of the sides of the cages. So depending on whether you're a lefty or a righty, they actually open different sides of the cage to allow you to throw the hammer out. So if you're a right-handed, they'll close one side of the cage to make sure you don't obviously throw off to the side and hit any of our officials that are standing there. As we see Bates in the circle. Todd Bates, one of our international competitors. He's come over from New Zealand. There's Tim Hayes, New South Wales athlete. Good to see him sporting the New South Wales state uniform. Obviously setting a good example for these junior athletes. And there's a good chance he's probably come through the junior ranks. So we'll see how he goes here. He had a throw of 50.46 in the first round. So we'll see how he goes in this second round. He'll be the last competitor in this second round, which will then start back to the front of the order again for the third. Oh, just clips the net there. And that will be a foul there for Tim. Obviously hitting the net there's changed the direction that the hammer would have originally flown. But Tim will still have another throw in this competition to try and improve his position in tonight's competition. As we see Matthew Denny there, he is the leader in our competition. Chrysoparis. He'll be the next thrower up in this field. Best throw of 62.47 currently. New South Wales athlete. Has a seat of 64.26, so we'll see if he can get back out there near that sort of distance. Gets the release, has a bit of a yell, puts it out there. Looks like he'll be out near that 60-metre mark. Obviously, he still has that best throw of 62.47. I don't think it's going to quite make that mark on his third round attempt. But he's in a good position to ensure that he gets 3 more throws in this men's hammer final.
Matt Denny going with the T-shirt today.
Yeah, we obviously saw Steve yesterday out there running 400 in the T-shirt, but that was because of weather conditions. I don't know whether this is a weather condition thing or whether Denny just prefers throwing in the T-shirt. Man, now he's thrown a PB, he may prefer to do the T-shirt. We might have to ask him a little bit later his reasons for his fashion choices.
Yeah,
on
no,
the
we'll
T-shirt.
see. That's not a performance T-shirt. That's just a regular cotton tee that he's wearing.
There you go.
Yeah.
Cotton all the way. If it throws you a PB, why not?
Well, exactly. Now he has to wear it all the time.
Exactly. As we see Nick step into the circle here, New Zealand athlete, another New Zealand athlete. Best throw of 45.18 currently. That'll start to push that mark, but it may be a little short of the 45 metres.
Looks like Ned Weatherly might not be too far away now.
Yep, but up next in the circle, Matt Denny. Putting on the glove. Looks like it's a fairly fresh one there. Looks pretty clean for a thrower's glove. So maybe pulled a new freshie out of the packet, like sometimes we do with our socks. Pull out the freshies.
It's an interesting glove setup, isn't it? Fair bit of dirt on it. It already weighs 7.26 kilos. You don't want any more dirt on it.
No, definitely not. So as we said before, 73.57 in his first
just
round.
reminding himself to turn around a couple of times before he throws it.
Spin.
Let go.
He was talking before about the 3 rotation and the 4 rotation throws. So
we'll see if we can
he's
keep
a 4
up with
rotation. Oh, just into the net there. That'll be a foul from Denny on his third throw. But he's the leader here, so he got his next 3 throws. So I don't think he'll be too upset about that. He just helps the official unhook the net from the handle there.
So that would be... He looked like he was happy with it, just holding on a little bit too long?
Yeah, he probably just held on a little bit too long as he came through his last rotation. Obviously, this is it's a very technical event, and it can come down to that split-second decision of when to release the hammer in order to get it out in between the sector markers that have been laid out so superbly by our technical officials. They're dead straight. Look at them.
And Weatherly does enjoy pumping himself up. Probably one of the most excitable throwers we've got going around at the moment. Always good for a big shout.
Oh,
Just stepping out of the circle.
that'll be a foul from Ned.
Under 20 still this year, so just having his first crack at the open weight. And next year he'll find himself fully in the open category.
Hugh Peacock next to step into the circle here. Has a seed of 67.13, so obviously a foul on the first. His second throw wasn't quite out near the 67 mark, so obviously he'll be pushing to see if he can get his third one out near that mark. That'll push him through into the final rounds to get himself another 3 throws.
Well, plenty of spins in there. Sneaking up and around.
That's out there. That'll be close to the 65 metre mark, probably 63, 64, somewhere in that vicinity. Obviously, I'm taking a pure guess there by trying to imagine a line between the field and those distance markers on the side there. So they give us a rough indication on how far these throwers are throwing before we get the official reading from the officials. As we see Robert Johnston from Queensland.
Actually, a doctor.
Doctor.
Mr. Robert Johnston from North Queensland.
Dr. Johnston. Alex Beck. He is a physiotherapist and he likes to label himself as a doctor.
Yeah, don't know about that. I don't know what the doctors have to say about that.
I don't think the doctors are too happy about that one, but he likes to claim it among his friends. As we see there, Robert Johnston puts one out there. That's close to that 60-metre mark. He's got a seat of 61.36, 61.22, sorry. So that's getting out there